Not everybody understands what personal security is all about. And I must say, I'm learning a lot, again, through listening to all of you and OnPassive. I know a little bit, but not to the degree of the complete necessary protection that one should be following and going through. But one of the things I can say is slow down. Stop rushing to do everything on your phones, on your laptops. Be mindful and put a code, put a security code or a password code on your phone, on your devices. Get into the habit of logging in through that system, because you never know when it might be the biggest protection you've got, in one sense. But the other thing too is change your passwords to longer ones. So many people will use a password that is very easy for them to know. If that's what you're doing, a simple thing to do is add a character into that password. So request a password change, add a $, add an exclamation mark, add some numbers into it. Break up the spelling of the names. Do it in ways that people will not automatically, through a conversation of top 10 questions, get your information and be able to figure out what your passwords are. Make it difficult for them. If you've got a good long one, 8 numbers, digits, combination thereof, or more, some sites won't allow it to be more than 8 digits. But if you can get a 12 or a 16 one, do it. Write them down. Keep them safe, because those will also be great protection for you. People are expecting, scammers are expecting short, easy passwords. You can also get computer-generated ones. Those are a little bit more complicated to remember, but write them down if that's what you want to do, and learn to copy and type out those longer passwords that have been computer-generated. Make them larger so that you can see every digit and do it properly. That's another thing. Log out, as both Marty and Collins were saying, log out of your devices. Don't let them sit idle, especially in public places, especially if you're on buses and subways and, driving around, or public transportation, public restaurants, public computer cafes, I think they still call them. Maybe I'm aging myself there. But log out. Don't let them just time out. People can go back and easily get back into it if they know what they're doing. And so many people are computer savvy. They can crack these things so easily. I mean, children are doing it. Why do they keep saying to grandparents, talk to your grandchild, they'll help you get in. They'll help you set something up. They are way more savvy than most of us in the middle years on the scale of our ages. Also, laws in many countries, many cities, are really not in place to help you after you've been scammed. You've got banks that say, contact us, we'll do what we can. There's no guarantee that they can get your money back. There's no guarantee they can get your identity back in a timely fashion. You've got to close accounts, you've got to close credit cards, you've got to reestablish everything that you've worked so hard to do. So get into the manner and the way of doing things to prevent this from happening, instead of trying to catch up after it has happened. Within OnPassive and the founders community, we already know how many people, and many, many people, have been hacked or scammed. There's no need to put yourselves into that category, because we've got the tools, the understanding, and enough people who know and understand to be able to help you not to do things. One of the things that I started doing after the accident, because I was confused at times with phone calls and I didn't know who was a doctor at that point, who was a friend or a foe, I would pick up the phone and I would stay quiet. I would wait for them to make the first comment. And it was amazing how many people hung up. And again, if it was an important call, either they'd start talking and they'd say, I'm looking for so-and-so, or hello, but they have started the conversation. If you say hello, that can start a recording. If they ask you if this is your name and you say yes, that can start a recording. Now, again, this is not to frighten anybody, but it's to make you aware of what is out there. The systems and technologies, we would all love to think they are using them for the good, but unfortunately, there's equal and more that are using it for the not so good. And we do not need to become part of those statistics. So those are just some of the things that I've picked up recently and not so recently. I've had 20 years at home working on computers, working on my phones, and I'm being more and more careful with everything that I learn from people like the OTech pros, Andy, Marty, and other people who are techie savvy, as well, of course, as Ash with OnPassive and what we're doing there. But the other thing, please, to remember is I hear many people get frustrated when they say, well, I tried to contact you, or I've tried to contact a few other people and nobody responds. How many founders are there in OnPassive right now? How many founders have been in OnPassive since day one? There are different levels, and I'm going to refer to them as ripples, moving out there of people that you can contact. We have no concept of how busy Marty is helping other founders with his family, doing videos, doing all sorts of things, information technology, getting information out there and helping around the world people. So you've got your direct group that you can talk to and ask a question. You've got people outside of that group who are a level up. And if you don't get an answer, keep pushing. Ask that person to ask the next one. And they can go to the next level up, the next level up, the next level up. Somebody other than what the African animals of the Wild Five, we're probably 1,000 or more at the top of that, all of this. But so many more people know answers. And if they don't, they've got people that they can ask as well. Yes, ultimately it might get to Andy and Collins and Marty. But it's all right. But between you and these gentlemen, as an example, there are many, many people who can assist you. So please, let's stop putting the pressure on those who are doing so much for people globally when we are stuck in a local situation and needing, quote, immediate assistance. The only immediate is if you've got yourself into a dangerous situation. But if you slow down and are mindful of what you're doing and don't just click on links, click on, acceptance of emails and friend requests and all the rest of it, nothing's going to happen. Nothing bad will happen, but slow down.